Welcome back to #that. I'm Gabriella Madden.
And I'm Taylor DeLisi. From Immaculate to Solo Leveling, we're back with the latest entertainment news updates.
All that and more. From Hamden to Hollywood, we are your source for Quinnipiac's entertainment news.
From Hamden to Hollywood,
we are your source for Quinnipiac's entertainment news.
Kate Middleton announced last Friday afternoon that she had been diagnosed with cancer. 3 months have gone by since the Princess of Wales was initially reported to have undergone major abdominal surgery and disappeared from the public eye. Rumors and conspiracy theories lit the internet ablaze in those 3 months, with Kensington Palace doing virtually nothing to end it. Speculation finally came to a rest as the princess confirmed her condition and said she is expected to make a full recovery. She asked for privacy for herself and her family and thanked those for their kind messages and words of support.
Former Nickelodeon producer Dan Schneider has responded to the Quiet on Set documentary, which came out last Monday, March 18th on HBO Max. Schneider posted a 19-minute video on his YouTube channel, Dan Warp, in which he sits down and talks with actor Bobby K. Brown, who is known for playing the eccentric smoothie shop manager Tebow on iCarly. In the documentary, Schneider's former employees came forward stating that he used to make the women give him massages, split pay between writers, and force children to do stunts they were not comfortable with. Schneider said, quote, "Facing my past behaviors, some of which are embarrassing and that I regret, and I definitely owe some people a pretty strong apology," end quote. Schneider was the mastermind behind some of Nickelodeon's most successful shows, such as All That, Drake and Josh, iCarly, and Victorious. Previously, stars like Jeanette McCurdy, who played Sam on iCarly, have come forward about Schneider's behavior in her book, I'm Glad My Mom Died. However, Quiet on Set shared some true behind-the-scenes stories, such as Drake Bell, former Drake and Josh star, coming forward about the sexual assault he endured from dialogue coach Brian Peck.
Beyoncé is releasing her highly anticipated album, Act 2, Cowboy Carter, on Friday, and it's just been revealed she actually made Cowboy Carter before its predecessor, Act 1, Renaissance. Renaissance was inspired by feelings of joy and pride after the pandemic ended, but according to Beyoncé's producer, Inc., Cowboy Carter was done before Renaissance was even recorded. Beyoncé said herself, quote, "This album has been over 5 years in the making. It was born out of an experience I had years ago where I did not feel welcomed, and it was very clear that I wasn't," unquote. Beyoncé made headlines for her performance with the Chicks at the CMA Awards in 2016, where there was major backlash over Beyoncé even performing. But loyal Beehive members have been patiently waiting for a country album ever since that performance. The wait is finally almost over.
Actress Millie Bobby Brown and model Jacob Hurley Bon Jovi will have their wedding this summer officiated by one of Brown's former co-stars on Stranger Things, Matthew Modine. Modine told Access Daily that, quote, "I have one of those licenses to get people married, and Millie thought it'd be great, and then Jake said it would be a great idea," end quote. Modine first started officiating weddings during COVID, where he performed a backyard wedding for a friend in upstate New York. Surprisingly, he loved the experience and was ecstatic to receive Brown's request. Brown and Bon Jovi first started dating in June 2021 and got engaged in 2023. Despite the backlash regarding the pair being too young to get married, Bon Jovi's father, legendary American singer John Bon Jovi, has given his full support.
The new film Immaculate was just released, and here with his thoughts is Joe Flynn.
Hey I'm Joe. Today I'm going to be talking about the new movie Immaculate. The new religious horror film starring Sydney Sweeney was released in theaters on March 22nd. Immaculate follows the story of a nun named Cecilia who is joining a new remote church in the Italian countryside. She is welcomed with open arms to her new home, but Cecilia quickly becomes aware of the dark and sinister horrors that lie within the convent. Sydney Sweeney stole the spotlight with her performance as Cecilia. Sydney is best known for her portrayal of Cassie in the hit TV show Euphoria, and her incredible acting is ever present in Immaculate. AV Club movie critic Matthew Jackson had high praise for the actress, saying, quote, "Sweeney knows exactly the image she cuts in the public eye at this moment, exactly how to wield it in a horror film, and exactly how to turn in a committed and fearless performance as a woman forced to question everything she thought to be the bedrock of her spiritual life." The runtime for Immaculate is a lot shorter compared to recent theatrical releases. Coming in at only 1 hour and 29 minutes long, Immaculate is a departure from the recent trend of 3+ hour films. Immaculate opened to mixed reactions from audiences. As of March 24th, the film has a 71% critic score and a 57% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. Audiences seem to really enjoy Immaculate's over-the-top and shocking ending. Without delving into spoilers, the movie culminates with Cecilia having to make an incredibly difficult decision that makes her question the church she had been with. The ending was inspired by director Michael Cohen's past with religion. In an interview with IndieWire, Moen described an event from a youth group he was a part of. Quote, "There was one weekend where we all brought in tapes and recordings of albums that we thought had satanic messages on them, and we burned them in an effigy." Even with Sydney Sweeney's incredible performance, there are still many glaring flaws throughout the film. Immaculate follows the same cookie-cutter format that many other religious horror movies follow. Rolling Stone critic David Fear said, quote, "It's a jaw-dropping climax, if only the rest of this messy midnight movie mass was worthy of it." That seems to be the common reception for Immaculate among critics. A fairly forgettable movie with a remarkable and unforgettable ending. Overall, Immaculate is a short but horrifying movie that will keep you on the edge of your seat. Although the overall plot is a little lackluster, Sydney Sweeney's performance is captivating and well worth the watch. That's all I have for today. Hashtag that will be back after these short messages.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
I think it's just vapor with flavor.
It won't hurt my kid like cigarettes, right?
Vaping is safer than smoking, isn't it?
There's really not even that much nicotine in them, right?
My kid?
My kid knows it's dangerous.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping, maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Numerous anticipated albums dropped this week, and here with the rundown is Michael Hanley.
Hey hashtag, Mike here with the latest music update. This week has been huge for new releases, so let's take a look. From pop to rap, let's get started. Olivia Rodrigo's new album, Guts Spilled, finally dropped. It's about time, right? Guts Spilled was finally released last Friday, giving fans 5 more songs to obsess over. The deluxe version came with 1 new song, So American, along with 4 secret hidden songs put on vinyl releases. Obsessed, Scared of My Guitar, Stranger, and Girl I've Always Been. The deluxe album received good reviews, giving fans more songs to cry and sing to. Hozier time. Sure, he might seem like a great guy, Keith, but how is his latest drop? Last Friday, Hozier dropped his latest EP, Unheard. Fans impatiently waited for this new EP after a clip of one song, Too Sweet, went viral on TikTok. The project also features 3 other songs, Wildflower and Barley, Empire Now, and Farewell. This EP was well received by fans, with Rolling Stone even calling Hozier a whiskey-sipping night owl. Yes, that's a real review. Finally, Metro Boomin and Future released one of the most highly anticipated hip-hop albums of the year with their joint effort, We Don't Trust You. With deep boomin' trap hip-hop, the pair bring unmatched vibes to track. From light synth tracks to tap-in rhythm found in songs like Ice Attack, Metro and Future definitely show their strengths. Future's came through strong too, with Kendrick Lamar absolutely killing it on Like That, all while dissing J. Cole and Drake. The 1-hour-long album was well received, leaving the hip-hop community hopeful and proud. That's all I got this week. Back to you guys at the desk.
Here with the new segment called Hashtag Hot Gossip is Kat Tallman.
Thanks, guys. I'm going to be going over all the celebrity drama this week, starting with Anne Hathaway. She always has and always will be the it girl. At the screening for her new film, The Idea of You, at the South by Southwest Film Festival, she opened up about how this film has impacted her. She said, quote, For some reason, we talk about coming-of-age stories as being something that happens to you in the earliest parts of your life. But I don't know about you, I feel like I keep blooming. In the role, she plays a 40-something-year-old mother who falls in love with a 24-year-old boy band singer after taking her teen daughter to Coachella. The audience of the screening was so reactive and lively that it brought Hathaway to tears in appreciation, saying that she would never forget that screening. Be sure to check out the film of the summer when it comes to streaming on Prime Video May 2nd. This week, first looks at the continuation of Season 12 of American Horror Story are out, and it's exciting. This season is titled Delicate and stars Kim Kardashian and Emma Roberts playing a publicist and an actress. In the newest trailer, the characters share a kiss, and their relationship is expected to take a turn for the worse this half of the season. Other stars in the cast include Carla Delevingne, Annabelle Dexter-Jones, and Michaela J. Rodriguez. Be sure to check out the trailer causing all the buzz then when the season comes out on FX at 10 p.m. on April 3rd or on Hulu the next day. For the first time in 2 years, musical artist Grimes is posted up with a new boo. The performer was dating Elon Musk for around 4 years back in 2018 and has 3 children with him. This past week, Grimes posted a picture with DJ Anima holding each other and kissing. Commenters are calling them the EDM couple Final Boss. This past June, the two released a song together titled Welcome to the Opera, and both will be performing at this year's Coachella Valley Music Arts Festival. With custody of her children sorted out, Grimes seems to be set up for a good year of music and love. And that's all for this week's hashtag Hot Gossip, and we'll be back right after this commercial break.
Honey, what I think you need is a socket wrench.
I played JV basketball.
I'm sorry, I don't think it looks right.
This is good, and it's all good, baby.
Is it really all good?
If you love me enough to routinely test your handyman skills, not to mention the strength of your marriage, then of course you'll visit nhtsa.gov/therightseat to make sure I'm in the right car seat.
I'm gonna call my dad.
When we adopt a shelter pet, we discover they're a unique mix of all kinds of things.
Come on, Drew, spot on this last one. There it is. Keep going with it. Leo.
They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love.
Type 2 diabetes can have a big impact on your life, but how can it be prevented? Well, the first step is knowing if you have prediabetes, a serious medical condition that puts you at high risk for type 2 diabetes. 1 in 3 American adults has prediabetes, but more than 80% don't know they have it. The good news is, prediabetes can be reversed, and for many people, healthy changes in their daily routine can make a big difference. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org.
We're back with this week's New York Minute, and here to fill us in on all the latest East Coast entertainment news is Samantha Nunez.
Thanks, guys. We're going straight to the Big Apple for our first story. This past Thursday, it was announced that singer and talk show host Jennifer Hudson will be joining the producing team of NBC's Smash for its Broadway adaptation. Smash premiered from 2012 to 2013, follows fictional Broadway stars balancing their demanding theater life and chaotic personal life. Hudson, who played Veronica Moore, will now be reunited with Smash composers Mark Scheinman and Scott Whitman and producers Robert Greenblatt and Neil Marin from NBC's 2016 Hairspray Live. Although casting has not been announced, the Broadway adaptation is set to hit the stage in spring 2025. Taylor and Gabriella, what do you guys think about TV shows and movie Broadway adaptations? Are they worth it?
Well, Taylor, in my opinion, I feel like I haven't heard of many Broadway shows being adapted from a movie or TV show quite commonly. Usually it's the other way around. I feel like shows that do really well on Broadway are made into movies that also do really well, such as Rent and now Wicked that's coming out later this year. So while I am kind of excited to see how that will work out from turning a big scale TV show into a smaller Broadway show, just to kind of see what happens during it, I'm also kind of wishing that more shows on Broadway were original.
I agree. In recent years, Broadway has been coming out with more adaptations as opposed to original screenplays. Like, for example, the new Mean Girls movie, the SpongeBob musical. Those are both adaptations of movies that came out not even 20 years before they were adapted. And even companies like Disney have been doing a lot of adaptations of old movies, like the live-action Lion King, the live-action Princess movies, and so much more. Samantha, what do you think?
No, yeah, I agree. I think it's kind of a new thing of how TV shows are getting Broadway adaptations. I personally myself have never watched a Broadway show, but from other people's experience, I know there has been mixed reactions, just like with the Mean Girls, the musical movie that just came out this year. There was mixed reactions with the trailer as to why couldn't they just stick to the original 2004 film instead of having it a musical. But when the movie came out, everyone was like, it's so original with the music. I really like how it incorporates Gen Z stuff. So I feel like for everyone, there has been mixed reactions. But moving on, artists in New York City are mourning their beloved graffiti art spot after a muralist covered art in pink paper mache. 57 Great Jones Street in NoHo is the face of years' worth of graffiti art. The residence was once home to painter Jean-Michel Basquiat and is now home to Angelina Jolie's luxury brand. Jolene preserved the art and allows artists to paint at the front of the store to pay their respects to Basquiat. Artist Roberto Palacio posted a picture outside the building, suggesting he's the one behind the mache art. Taylor and Gabriella, do you think artists should express themselves freely on New York buildings, or do you think there should be rules enforced so that buildings are not covered in art?
Honestly, at the end of the day, vandalism is still vandalism, and artists don't get the special pass just because they are artists, no matter how aesthetically pleasing the art may be. If one person can vandalize a building, then that just gives everyone leeway to vandalize a building.
See, Taylor, I get what you're saying, but I do have to respectfully disagree with you. If Angelina Jolie is opening this space for artists to come and do kind of whatever they want, I really do think that, they should be able to come in there and work freely. However, because it is such a historical place, to cover it up all the way is just so disrespectful to all the history that has gone into that location, all of the artists' hard work. It is a really beautiful thing to see so many pieces of art really come together in collaboration throughout years and years of graffiti art, kind of taking precedence in that neighborhood and on that building. So to see it all covered up, it's the actions of many that are covered up by one bad egg, in a way.
Yeah.
So, while I do get what you're saying, I also think it's really unfortunate to cover up so much history and, so much culture that really makes the city of New York. So, yeah. Samantha, what do you think?
I used to live in New York for 5 years, and I always go to New York, so for me, graffiti has been a normal thing. I don't think it's ever going to change, especially with the gentrification of trying to make New York, cleaner. I don't think that's ever going to happen. New York does have certain laws regarding graffiti, but there hasn't been a ban. So if New York really thought that this was an issue, they would have had a ban in place too. Plus, graffiti is a form of art expression, and artists enough already have trouble making money, competing with other artists, and just getting their work out there. Even with social media, to become a social media sensation doesn't come up overnight. So for me, I feel like graffiti is fine. It's up to New York, and it's up to the artists to do whatever they want. But that's all we have time left for this week's New York Minute. We'll be back after this commercial break.
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made home ownership happen. Homeschooling yourself on loans, beefing up your credit score.
So I'm pre-approved.
You were like, yes! Sorry. Color coding listings, ticking boxes, and flushing every toilet in a 20-mile radius. Home sweet home. You aced House Hunter. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie, nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on, man, let's put a ride home.
Season 1 of Solo Leveling just wrapped up, and here with her take is Alex Kendall.
What's up, hashtag? It's Alex. It's been a while since we jumped into the world of anime, and the whole world has been set ablaze with the hit Solo Leveling. With it being only one episode away from its series conclusion, it has gone through plenty of ups and downs with fans, and I'm here to recap it all, so let's go. Solo Leveling is an anime adaptation of Korean web novel by author Chu Gong and illustrated by Jang Dabu Sang-rak, taking place in modern-day Korea with an MMORPG setting. The story takes place in a world where humans possess magical powers and can become hunters. These hunters can then enter dungeons to slay bosses in return for real-world money. The story follows Sung Jin-woo, known as the world's weakest hunter, and his time participating in raids in order to pay for his mother's hospital bills. While Solo Leveling is not the first of its manhwa adaptation kind, it stood out among the rest in terms of quality and consistency. For example, another popular manhwa called The God of High School faced heavy criticism for its anime on Reddit, claiming that the plot was too fast-paced as it tried to jam in too many chapters into a single season. In stark contrast, Solo Leveling has been receiving praise for its one-to-one recreation of the manhwa, of course with some additional added flair. Although it's no wonder that the series is making waves with the production team being so stacked. The anime will be produced by A1 Productions, who gave us popular shows like Sword Art Online, and most recently Mashle, Magic and Muscles. The show also features legendary composer Hiroyuki Sawano, who created music for Attack on Titan and Kill la Kill. Just like its one-to-one recreation of its source material, it seems like the reviews measure up to the talent of its creators. Many are calling the anime a groundbreaking influence for the future of manhwa adaptations. Rotten Tomato gives the series a 100% fresh score on the tomato meter and a 63% from audiences. Similarly, IMDb gives Solo Leveling an 8.5 stars out of 10 by 12,000 users. And according to the Hindustan Times, the success of the premiere drew, quote, comparisons to iconic moments to One Piece's Gear 5 episode, end quote. However, the success does not come without its downsides. Amid the hype leading up to the first few episodes, the anime faced heavy criticism for including a controversial studio in its production. Studio Puri was responsible for animating the opening song of Solo Leveling and ultimately had their work well received. That is, for everyone except Korean fans. It all began when Korean fans expressed their displeasure at the inclusion of Studio Puri, who allegedly incorporated anti-men hand gestures in its work. The controversy only deepened when the studio's connection with feminist group Megalia came to light, whose symbol for the movement is the same exact gesture the studio had been facing criticism for. As a result, the studio was removed from the credits, in part due to fan criticism, but there is also speculation that it was driven due to financial concerns. The publishers of Solo Leveling, DNC Media, witnessed a sharp stock drop, causing immediate concerns from the company. While the unchanged version of the anime is streaming on Crunchyroll, these actions do shed some light on a more serious topic. According to CVR, an anime insider claims about, quote, the Japanese anime industry discriminates against Chinese animators despite many foreign companies already being on the same level as major Japanese anime studios, end quote. However, despite the controversy this studio suffered, it still came on top with a win, with its video of the opening enjoying over 2 million views and countless good reviews from anime enjoyers. But that's all the time I have for today. I'm Alex, back to you guys at the desk. In the spirit of March, this week, Taylor and I are playing a game of pop culture madness, where we'll be making our bracket of our favorite pop culture moments. Let's get started.
All right, so we've got Nina Fishgirl versus Abby versus Kelly. Then we got Kim K loses her diamond earring in Bora Bora versus Walmart yodeling kid. Jordan Woods, Tristan Thompson controversy. The Note from Jersey Shore. Womp Womp Womp, and the Gal Gadot Imagine video. So,
all right, so let's get started with Nina versus
Nina
versus Abby versus Kelly. Now I have to say, while I did enjoy that YouTube video with Fish Girl, I do have to say anything Dance Moms related is gonna take the cake for me.
It's so iconic. That meme is just like everywhere. So yeah, that just takes the cake. Kim K losing her earring versus yodeling kid.
Kim K.
Yeah,
that's always going to be Kim Kardashian for me.
It just set off Keeping Up with the Kardashians to a whole nother level we didn't think
and
was
it's
possible.
just so iconic and has spread so many memes and jokes and stuff like that. So I'm going to go with Kim K here. Moving on, we have another Kardashian, this time Khloe Kardashian and Tristan Thompson's cheating scandal with Jordan Woods versus the note on Jersey Shore.
Okay, Note all the way. That just pushed the show to a whole new level. And come on.
It set up drama for seasons to come.
It set up drama that's still going on, that they still talk about to this day on Family Vacation.
The Note was one of the most iconic reality TV moments. We're going with The Note.
Finally, we got Womp 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 versus the Gal Gadot video. You know, I didn't know the Imagine video existed until yesterday. So I'm going to have to go with Womp 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 just because it's so quotable.
It's so quotable, and unfortunately, I still quote that video to this day whenever I hear this song. And, you know, the Gal Gadot video is just so cringy that it's lasted this long. It was 6 days into the pandemic that they felt the need to do all that, but I am going to go with Womp 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 here.
All
so,
right.
Going into our final four, we have Abby versus Kelly versus Kim losing her diamond earring, and then we have Snooki writing the note with Womp Womp Womp. So let's talk about Abby Lee versus Kim Kardashian. Who are you picking?
So, as popular as Dance Moms was, I'd have to go with Kim K losing her diamond earring because, like, look, Dance Moms, you see that in every dance studio. Kim K crying over losing her diamond earring in Bora Bora. How often do you get to see that? And Kim, there's people dying. Like,
Kim, there's people that are dying.
So iconic.
It's so iconic, and that whole genre of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, that whole era, iconic.
Gold. Next, Note versus Womp Womp Womp.
The Note.
The Note.
The Note clears so badly. I mean, we've talked about it a little bit before, but it's so iconic. I mean, we have a tapestry of the Note in our living room. That's how much we love Jersey Shore, and that's how iconic the Note is.
A Jersey Shore stand till the day I die.
Literally till the day we die.
We're
all right.
Into the championship.
Kim Kardashian versus Snooki writing the note.
Okay, I love Jersey Shore. I've watched the entire series 3 times maybe, and I'm probably going to start rewatching it for a 4th time. I've watched Family Vacation. I've met Mike the Situation, and I would just have to say the Note because they did not have the technology in order to tell Sammy that Ron had been cheating on her, so they had to come up with a creative way. And actually, Sammy originally thought it was one of the producers that slid the note in her drawer, but in fact, it was one of the cast members, and that is really when Sammy realized it was a cast member, not a producer. That's what really set her off.
So here's the thing. I'm going to go with Kim Kardashian.
So
here's the thing. Here's why I think Kim Kardashian losing her diamond earring is the pop culture moment of this bracket. So first of all, she's still married to Chris Humphries during this moment because that is probably like, you know, that's the event that really set the show off. Her marriage to Chris Humphries that lasted for 72 days and everyone thought it was a PR stunt. And in turn, that got more people to tune into the show. And also this vacation in Bora Bora, it was so messy because Kendall and Kylie got Rob in trouble. And there was just all this stuff going on with Scott, but the standout moment of that vacation was the most iconic member of the Kardashian family, Kim losing her diamond earring. And I know you might be thinking rich people problems, but it's literally just Kourtney putting her in check. Like, Kim, there's people that are dying. I'm sorry. And it's lived on for so long.
You are right with that.
I am right. You hear more people talking about Kim Kardashian these days than Jersey Shore, just because the Kardashians have literally built an empire off of them being candid and stuff like that.
Yeah, I would say Kim K losing her diamond earring in Bora Bora.
Kim Kardashian losing her diamond ear in Bora Bora.
The Kardashians still have episodes airing. There was no break between like how Jersey Shore had Jersey Shore and Family Vacation. The Kardashians has been going on since 2008, 2009, whenever it came out, and they still can't go in public without getting mobbed by paparazzi. Well, the Jersey Shore members, they kind of can.
Yeah, and I think with the Kardashians, you know, while their show might not have those golden moments like they did have back in the early days of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, I still do think that they really kind of built that Kardashian culture into what it is today. We love them or we hate them. We love to hate them. But deep down, that scene will always be so endlessly quotable. I am a Keeping Up with the Kardashians stan until the day I die. Sue me. So Kim K is out on top.
Kim K all the way. But that's all we have this week on #that.
Make sure to follow us on our social media accounts to stay up to date.
I'm Taylor DeLisi.
And I'm Gabriella Madden. From the producers, talent, and everyone working hard behind the scenes, thank you for watching #that. and we will see you again next week.